Welcome to the Doula Dispensary, the podcast prescribing a weekly dose of all things doula. The dilemmas discussed are made-up scenarios, and any resemblance to actual persons or events are purely coincidental. Please welcome your hosts, Siobhan and myself, Kicki. Hello, Siobhan.
Hello, Kiki, and hello, everybody.
Hello, lovely listeners. And, well, what year is it and what month is it?
Where are we? It's August 2025. And welcome to
Season 5! Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah, and we must apologise. Season 4 we were slack.
Yes, we only actually recorded 4 episodes last year, I think.
Yeah, one for every
quarter.
Season. Yeah,
Wait,
every quarter. Yeah.
And now we have started 2025 with actually coming back in the autumn.
Yes.
But I think we've just been busy. What have you been up to in the last month?
Well, busy.
Last year.
Yeah, it's been busy, hasn't it? We're both working and family. Yeah. It's busy, as I'm sure all our listeners know.
Yeah. So what have you had? Lots of births.
Lots of postnatal clients.
Yeah.
Obviously doing some teaching.
Yes.
At the Birth Bliss Academy, which has been lovely.
Excellent.
Yeah. What about yourself?
Well, we're doing the normal stuff, teaching, doula courses. I've actually spent 7 weeks in Sweden.
Lovely Swedish Lapland.
I know, it was beautiful and relaxing and lovely weather. But I also translated my book, The Secrets of Birth, into Swedish.
Amazing.
Only 10 years after I wrote it, so I'm quite excited about that. So now if you are Swedish or speak Swedish and would like to read the book in Swedish, it's now available on Amazon.
Amazing.
So that's great. Well, I think we should be cracking on with season 5 then. What do you think?
Let's do this.
No.
You've forgotten it all.
Totally.
You've combined.
What are we meant to be doing?
We're meant to be doing our usual beautiful...
Okay, let's do that then. 1, 2, 3. Doula Dilemmas.
We forgot to say now it's time for, but never mind.
Okay, we'll do that next time.
Our listeners get the gist.
Anyway, so let me read the dilemma. You post something on social media about birth or parenting that reflects your genuine experience and opinion. Instead of sparking discussion, you find yourself being criticised, unfollowed, or even attacked by other doulas. Do you engage, defend yourself, stay silent, or remove the post?
Interesting dilemma.
Yes. And maybe happening more and more in the world of doulas, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. It's a
dilemma. Dilemma.
It's a scary place out there, isn't it?
I know.
On social media.
Has it happened to you?
What?
That you've had people get angry with you online?
Yeah, I think I had somebody well, I suppose it was a bit angry.
Was it another doula? Or?
No, it wasn't another doula. Okay. Actually. That was right. I reposted something that an osteopath had put up about cesarean babies born by cesarean birth.
Yeah.
Talking about how the bones are different,
the
structure is different.
Yeah.
And clearly this woman was triggered by that.
Okay.
You shouldn't be saying that there's something different about these babies. So, yeah, I mean, obviously stuff going on there with her.
Which it always is.
Yeah.
Well, I've had doulas attack me for posts.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I've seen it. We see it a lot, don't we? We see it on the Facebook pages and we see it on Instagram.
Yeah.
Doula on doula.
Yeah. And even in some groups.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
It's really difficult because you want to be able to express how you feel about things and say things that the way you say them, because we all say things differently. And it's really my initial gut jerk reaction was to block everyone that was criticizing me. And then on reflection, I even deleted lots of comments because I was like, I don't like this. I feel really attacked.
What was it you posted about?
Well, I posted something about, I literally posted that you don't have to be radical to be a doula.
Okay.
So what I was meaning was that it's up to you how you feel comfortable in your space, and how you feel comfortable expressing yourself. You don't have to be shouting loudly. You don't have to. You can do your own thing. Stay in your lane and do your stuff. Mm-hmm. And that was what the actual post was about. But I think in the times we are currently, I think it was misunderstood. Maybe I didn't express myself very clearly. Maybe I wanted a reaction. But it wasn't nice. It wasn't nice. Looking back, yes. The thing is, what you don't want to do, I think, is just keep talking or responding to posts and giving your opinion and keep going on and on about how you meant it. Do you know what I mean? It just gets into a big... It's pointless. And I often wonder if I had this conversation in a room, if I was in a room with all these women and we were talking about it, if it would have come to this.
That's the point, isn't it? It's not a true reflection on how people would speak to each other.
No.
Face to face.
No.
And things are never that black and white.
Exactly.
You're wrong, I'm right.
Yeah.
And because of that, because you don't agree with what I'm saying, or I have an opposing view to you, that gives me the right to now attack you.
Yes. Yeah. And the sad thing is they then use those posts, like when you block them or whatever you do, they then use those to kind of tell everyone, look at what this person did, look at what she's doing, look, everyone head over there and, give us some more abuse. It's like a pack behavior, it's like, and it's really scary. I mean, I've been around for a long time. So, and for me, it felt really uncomfortable. And then I had to sit with it and think about it. I even got a book to read about, it's called The Third Perspective, and it's written by Africa Brooke. And she talks about this, how this happens on social media, how people feel entitled, or that they should go and tell people when they're wrong. And she was one of those people. And she realized that actually by doing that, you're shutting down voices, you're stopping conversation, you're not seeing someone else's perspective. But the biggest thing of all with this is that what are we meant to be like, doulas?
Non-judgmental.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What do we do with our clients when they want to do something that we don't think? I mean, our clients shouldn't even know that they're choosing something that we don't particularly agree with.
No. Yeah. I know it's not reflected, is it? Really,
no.
In what we're meant to be practicing.
No, exactly. It's something weird happens. It's a bit like when you get into a car, and someone cuts you off and you're swearing and waving your fist, perhaps. But if you could actually communicate with them, you might not be doing that. It's like you feel very, very quickly, you feel like you have to put your point across. And I think it is a dilemma because whatever you do, it's going to backfire.
You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what happened to the healthy debate society?
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody has to agree.
No.
But surely we all owe each other the time and the respect to listen to an opposing opinion.
Yes.
Or do you not feel comfortable? Not you personally, I'm just saying.
No, I know.
Are people not comfortable with perhaps having their point challenged?
Yes.
Do they feel uncomfortable that actually they might potentially be wrong?
Yeah. But yeah, I agree. And the other thing is, I think a lot of people have this thing now that you cannot offend me. Like, I should be able to look through social media and no one is allowed to offend me. And if I see that I have to say, you've just offended me.
There's also a lot of talk, and we have that buzzword like safe space.
Yes.
Well, if you're if you're coming with an opinion about something, if somebody's posted something, or someone says something, and you have an opposing opinion, if you're not comfortable with challenging that, and have been met with some kind of resistance, you can't claim you're not safe.
No,
nobody told you it was a safe space.
No, absolutely.
Debating isn't about being safe.
No,
it's about having an open dialogue and a conversation. And potentially trying to see things from another angle. Doesn't mean you have to change how you feel.
No, absolutely.
Or your opinion.
No.
But it's just giving each other some space and breath to be able to say how you feel without attacking.
Yes. Yeah, it's that's the thing that happens. Like really big, offensive words are being called out. You're being called things online because you have posted something and you're being classed as something, as whatever that is. And so engaging in a post like that often means it's pointless. You're never really gonna it's not about winning, but if a person already has a set mind on what they think, you're not going to be able to engage with them because they are just offending, like trying to tell you how bad and wrong you are.
Yeah.
Defending yourself. What do you think about doing that?
Well, you know me.
Yeah.
I've never been one to shy away.
But it's like you don't know how long you're going to be there then, defending yourself.
Yeah, I know it's a lot of energy.
Yeah.
I'm you know what? You don't owe anybody an explanation.
Exactly.
If you don't like what I'm saying, then keep scrolling.
Yeah. Unfollow me. Go away.
Yeah, go away. Yeah, exactly. Don't give it any more energy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And staying silent, I think that's a pretty good statement in itself. Like, don't say anything. Leave your post there and just, like, tomorrow that's going to be, your fish and chips newspaper.
Exactly. You're not fueling the fire.
No.
But I guess, from the opposite side, I guess we also need to look at the fact that these people that are attacking posts.
Yeah.
So whatever that particular subject might be, you might think, well, that's a very extreme reaction.
Yeah.
But actually, that person, for whatever reason, is feeling very triggered.
Yes.
That's not your responsibility.
No.
And perhaps that's something that they need to look into, why they are so triggered by it and what they can do to help themselves. I don't know. I mean, there's always a why, isn't there? There's always a why that people have such a big reaction to things.
Yeah, so you could, like, that response could be, apologize for triggering someone. But I think everyone has the right to their own opinions. Yeah. The person that's whatever saying, I disagree with you, and the person putting the post out. And I think maybe if we could be a bit more, approach it with more curiosity. Yeah. And compassion.
And not so defensively.
Exactly. Yeah. Then I think that will be a good way forward. I do think maybe sometimes removing the post is a way to,
I'm not sure silencing yourself is the right thing to do.
Because you're missing out on someone's, unless it's a proper, like, offensive. I mean, this we're talking about.
But then what is offensive?
Exactly.
What you may find offensive, someone else may not. So where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
I guess everybody has to take some responsibility. The person posting something has to think about, how is this going to land?
Exactly.
And the person that's reading something that potentially is triggered by it, needs to sort of say, what do I want to get out of my response?
Yeah, exactly.
Do I want to open up discussion and debate, or do I just want to attack?
Yeah, and have this person cancelled.
Yeah.
Which is literally some of the theme, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the whole person's personality, everything they do is like slammed as bad.
Yeah.
And I can imagine that's really a really scary place to be, especially if you just started out as a doula And you start getting, private messages on
100%.
Instagram, or, people telling you, or did you know this about this person and that person or this organization, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And I've had doulas that have had those situations where they've been quite traumatized from,
Because I think what a lot of keyboard warriors don't appreciate or take into consideration is, they might think they're clever with their one response. But the person on the receiving end is potentially getting, 10, 20,
Exactly.
30, 100, 1,000 responses, all with that nasty, toxic theme.
Yeah.
And that is going to affect anybody.
Yeah. No, it does. It feels like you want to, your first thing is, that's not what I meant. How do I, how do I tell everyone that's not me? What you're calling me on this post, it's not me. That's not me.
And that's the problem with the written word.
Yeah.
Because there is you can't get the sense behind what the person is trying to say. It's just words written down. And you can interpret that any which way you feel fit to.
I think I once said, like, everyone reads things based on the mood they're in. So whatever mood your current mood will determine how you read something and how you interpret it.
Yeah.
And that is a problem. So
what's the solution? I mean, look, as doulas, like you said, we are meant to be non-judgmental.
Yeah.
We're meant to take on board that, our clients will sometimes have a very differing view on things to us, but we have to be comfortable with, well, that's, that's their choice. They're making an informed choice to live like that, to think like that.
Yeah.
And it would be really nice if we could, as a community, do that as to each other.
Exactly.
Have that same respect we have for our clients towards each other.
Our colleagues.
The doula world can be pretty toxic.
Yeah.
I think if our clients saw behind the curtain in some of these groups, they would be pretty shocked.
I agree. And this community we talk about, I think that's a real kind of, I think community, being in the presence of people, sitting next to people, talking about, that's kind of disappearing
exactly.
a bit.
And that's what it needs to get back to.
100%.
Face to face.
Yeah, I think it's a false narrative to think that we have community online, because it's not the same.
No, it's
and
not.
It never will be. And for us to believe, well, I'm in these online groups, so I have a community. You need to have a community where you sit in a room with people and you have these discussions, and you actually, and we know for a fact, having discussions with someone helps you formulate your thoughts and what you're thinking, but also you're hearing someone else's perspective, so you're both growing.
Exactly.
And that's what this should be about. And if we do have some factual incorrectness in a post or something, you can always send a nice message to doula and say, just saw your post, not sure if you realised, but that's old research, or whatever it is. If you want to help someone,
exactly.
If you have to feel you have to get involved, but to actually publicly, attack them, it's not a pleasant thing at all. And I think we should remember that behind everyone's Instagram account or Facebook group or whatever, TikTok, there is actually a person who is very similar to you, who has feelings and exactly. Probably didn't mean it to come across or offend anyone.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
big sigh.
Some food for thought.
Yes, definitely. We've started on a heavy topic.
Very heavy.
But, hopefully that's been helpful.
Yeah. Ba-da-ba-da-bow. Now it's time for...
Question time! And we are continuing on a similar theme, because we had this question from a listener, and maybe that's why we're talking about this today. She says, I love being part of online doula groups, but I often feel nervous about posting in case I get jumped on. How do you share your voice without being torn down by others?
Yes.
So it kind of follows on.
It does follow on. And it's very, it's definitely a theme, isn't it?
100%. And it's more and more something that we are seeing, I feel, in the doula world, having been in it for a long time and being a course provider, it does feel like everything is a little bit more volatile. Like people very quickly are there to correct, instead of being mentoring, supporting, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Of new doulas coming through, or just our colleagues. There's a lot of like finger pointing. No, you're wrong. That's wrong. I don't know where you got that from. Can you post the research, please? You know, those kind of
there's a lot
diggy things.
I'm gonna dig you out.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I'm gonna show you that actually what you've just you know, like somebody might say, "Oh wow, I've just come across some research. It's so interesting."
Yeah.
And for them, it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And you'll get someone else going, "Oh, that's really old research.
Yeah,
it's been around for ages."
Exactly.
What are you getting out of posting that? Did that make you feel better?
Yeah.
Did it? That you belittled somebody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that doula will next time think
they won't post.
No,
they'll be too scared.
I know.
And there was very much. I know when I first started out 15 odd years ago.
Yeah.
There was very much a hierarchy of the so-called elders.
Yes.
I'm doing air quotes.
Yeah.
You know, of this like, oh, you can't say anything because they are the wise ones.
Yeah.
And, you know, many a time being shot down for saying things.
Yeah.
This coming from people who, you know, outwardly have this kind of look of like, oh, I'm so hippie and I'm so at one with nature and I love everything. Yeah. Yet they're happy to attack you.
Yeah, I know.
It's so fake.
It is. A lot of times there are a lot of fakeness. And I mean, some forums as well, I know people are worried about posting because their posts are removed. You know, they're deleted.
Or you have to wait for your post to be approved by a higher being who will decide whether the question you want to ask is worthy or not. I mean, who do people think they are?
I know, it's censoring, isn't it? Censoring, controlling, and I think...
It is control.
Yeah, and I think that all leads to the same... I wonder if that kind of feeds into this whole climate of, you know, who do I trust?
Yeah.
You know, it's creating this feeling of you can't just say what you want. You can't quickly reach out to your doula colleagues for support and help because, you know, in most forums you can, but there's some forums you have to wait for that to be posted 48 hours later.
Yeah, exactly. And if you've got something important, like, can somebody help me? I need backup. You can't wait 48 hours for somebody who's volunteering in an organisation to approve a post.
No, exactly. And it is, I've never seen anything like it.
No.
You know,
it's censorship, it's authoritarian, it's dictatorship, it's not good.
No.
But then, you know, also, I think when you're posting something, you should really, you know, write your post, reread it, and just make sure that it's balanced. It's, you know, it couldn't be misinterpreted.
Yes.
I mean, you can't ever be foolproof.
No.
But as long as you could say, I'm so sorry, I tried to write that as best I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. But also when you read it, to think of it as... This is like...
How's this going to land? Yeah.
But I mean, the person that reads posts, you'll think, I think this person has good intentions.
Yes.
Like, think that way instead of thinking...
Everybody needs to do a bit of just a pause, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I get what this person's saying, that's saying, I'm worried about posting. I get that.
Yeah.
I think there's many doulas.
Yes.
You know, not just new doulas.
No.
Many seasoned doulas who are too afraid to post anything in case they're attacked.
Yeah, and we don't want that because we are really missing out on it just makes everything so kind of depressing, I think.
But it also makes groups that are supportive more special.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because you know you can go to that group.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how silly you think your question is.
No.
You know that the people in that group are not going to see it like that.
No, and they're going to be coming up with replies, answers and ideas for you to sort it out.
So I guess the answer to that question is choose your groups wisely.
Yes, choose your groups, and please don't think too much, overthink this, because the most important thing as a doula is to reach out to your colleagues.
Yeah, and just remember as well, it's highly unlikely these people would say that to your face.
Exactly. 100%. If you were in a room with them and you said the same thing, they very likely would not be saying anything.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hope that helps.
Ba-da-ba-da-bow. The Doula Dose, your weekly dose of doula.
Thank you, Annabelle. Well, we're at the Doula Dose. As you know, I really like this.
You do.
So, today I'd like to talk about one of the hardest things I've seen in our profession, and that's how doulas sometimes treat each other. And that's been kind of our theme today.
Yeah.
Both online or in organizations. We can fall into these patterns of exclusion, harsh judgments, or silencing. And it's really difficult to witness this, because doulas, of all people, we know the impact of kindness and listening. So there's actually some research around something called the queen bee theory.
Right.
And it basically describes how in environments where women feel their opportunities are limited, some end up protecting their own position instead of mentoring or supporting others.
Right.
So rather than lifting up your colleagues, they hold tight to their power. And it's not the women, they're not unkind by nature, like all women are unkind, that's why this happens. But that the system that they're in kind of sets up this kind of competition. So that's really interesting. And I think many doulas recognize this dynamic when we look at our own landscape, whether it's in local networks, training organizations, and even national bodies that are supposed to represent us. Sometimes that culture feels more about control than collaboration. So instead of healthy debate, we get silencing. Instead of transparency, we get defensiveness. And it kind of trickles down, creating mistrust and division, I guess.
Yeah, that's very true.
So, I mean, another thing is, like, psychologists say that competition between women often shows up in indirect ways, like exclusion, gossiping, maybe even dismissing people's opinions. And it's not always overt, but that doesn't mean it can't be damaging. And I think sometimes online it's even easier to pile on without thinking about the person on the other side.
Yeah.
So what's the thing? What I'm thinking about is, how do we break this cycle? We know how to listen. We know how to hold space for differences without trying to erase those differences with our clients. And we know how to stand with someone even when we don't share their choices. So I'm just wondering what we can do to move forward with this. Have you got any ideas? What would you like to add? Do you agree with that queen bee theory?
Yeah, I think I can see that. Yeah, I could see how that would be that kind of. Yeah, I could see how that could happen, and it definitely makes sense. What could we do to change that though?
Yeah, I think maybe the question we can all sit with is, when I see another doula being treated harshly, or when I feel that defensive instinct rise, what choice do I want to make? Like, how do I want to respond? Am I protecting my own patch, or am I helping to create a culture where every doula feels valued? I think we need just have to look at ourselves and really, like you said, look in why am I feeling this way?
Yeah.
What is it that I'm trying to, what's the point of this?
Yeah.
Because yes, we can disagree with people. There's going to be doulas that are not going to be our best friends. We're going to tolerate them. We're going to say hello to them. We're going to communicate with them, but we might not be wanting to spend more time with them than we need to. And there's going to be other doulas that are going to be like our family. And I think that's the thing. We need to accept everyone. I mean, I'm sure you worked with a client where you were like, why did they hire me?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've had that feeling when I'm like, okay, I'm really trying hard to like this person.
Yeah.
But for some reason they want me to be their doula, and obviously I'm going to do my job. But it's just, I just think there's a lot of different personalities.
There is a lot of different personalities, and you don't have to like everybody.
No, exactly. You don't have to be everyone's cup of tea.
You don't. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But it's about still having a level of respect
Exactly.
for each other, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thinking about, because I do think also that doulas are especially emotional people. You know, we might, you know, when people say things to us, we might find it difficult to take that as just on face. Like, we don't have to let it go in. What I mean is someone might say something and we might overanalyze that sometimes as well.
Yeah, I think when when a lot of doulas will come to this work, you know, at a later stage in their life, you know, they will have already had some other career.
Yes.
Had a family potentially.
Yeah.
So they've already had some life experience and some experience of another career potentially. So I think becoming a doula, it does make you grow as a person, like as who you are.
Yes, I agree.
It makes you stop and think about, why do I react that way?
Yes.
And watching people's behaviour as well, watching your clients and their behaviour makes you sometimes like reflect on your own.
Yeah.
But yeah, I find nowadays, especially with, you know, there's a lot going on in the doula world.
Yeah.
And I get it. A lot of people are worried. They're worried for their livelihoods.
Yes.
You know, and that, you know, if you're one of those doulas who, you know, like myself, your income makes up 50% of the family income, then this is more than just a hobby.
Yeah. And I think that's the important thing to remember in all of this, that not everyone has the same privilege, perhaps.
This is the point. That's my point. The point is that for some doulas, if it all came crashing down tomorrow morning, it technically wouldn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
No.
You know, their mortgages would still be paid. They'd still have a roof over their heads. They'd still be able to put food on the table. For many doulas, that wouldn't be the case.
No.
So their reaction to certain things is going to be a lot more emotional and more intense. And we just have to remember that. But not every doula is seeing things through the same lens.
Exactly.
Nothing is black and white.
No, 100%
So
agree
everybody
with that.
just needs to take a pause and think.
And think what happened to that doula, or what is her experience? To why is she reacting like this? And it can feel sometimes, especially when you're relying on certain systems and organization and directories, for example, to get work. And it can be really frustrating if all of a sudden you have gone from being quite a, you know, successful business as a doula, and all of a sudden that's not the case anymore.
I think nowadays, especially in the current climate, and I speak as in now, you know, coming towards the end of the summer 2025, you know, it's a very uncertain future for many doulas. I think the fragility of doula work has been exposed, that actually the fragility of your income is going to basically be determined by a handful of people who are governing organisations you may be members of. And that, to find out that actually your whole, everything you've worked for in your life is very fragile and is based on a few people making a decision that potentially could switch off your income overnight.
That is scary.
So there's a lot of people out there that are scared. They're worried. But they also feel like they can't say anything.
No, exactly. And that undercurrent of the instability and uncertainty, just not, I mean, in the world, full stop, but also that trickles down into the doula world. It's making people then maybe come to posts or see things online, or that they react from a more place of anger because they feel frustrated.
Yes.
But what is anger? Anger is fear.
Yeah.
Fear of something. What is your fear?
Yeah.
Like we can approach life with anger or love. And I'd say, anger usually comes from a fearful place. There's something we're scared of.
Yeah. And it could be the fact that they feel, things are out of their control.
Yeah, which it is
it
a lot
is
of the
out
time.
Of control, yeah.
But that's the thing, you can rein it back. You can start looking at ways of you controlling your own life and
100%.
controlling your own business.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we really that's what we should do in the next episode.
Yeah, maybe we'll
talk
do
about
more
that.
Of a business focus.
Yeah, business focus. What can you do to get more work when the normal sources of those
income streams are being shut down?
Exactly. And how you can make your doula career, your doula business thrive, because it is a scary time.
Yeah.
But I do like, it's just the thought of everyone. I think it's sad that as professionals that should be caring, non-judgmental and accept other people's views, that we are in a bit of a rut at the moment. And if you disagree, if you have examples, please email us.
Bring them
to the table. And I think it's the Doula Dispensary @gmail.com. We also have a Facebook page where you can go and leave messages and give us some topics you might want us to cover.
Yeah.
We've changed the theme. You might have noticed that, but we'll talk more about that in our goodbye bit.
Yeah.
I think we should leave the Doula Dose there.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of the show. That's what you usually say.
That's the end of the show. Oh my God, that was painless, wasn't it?
I know.
Got through it.
We did get through it. And I'd just like to let you know that Melly is also in the office, and so far so good. I shouldn't say that because I think she's just seen a squirrel.
She's probably just seen a squirrel.
Yeah, she'll be barking in a minute. But what are you up to the next month then? Are you off on holiday again?
I'm off on holiday. I've got a couple of holidays coming up.
Oh my God.
Very happy. Yeah, well, I've had a very busy summer with work.
Yes.
So, yes, as everybody's getting back into the swing of work, I'm winding down.
Ah, wonderful.
Which is, I'm just so excited for September. I've got lots of interesting, fun things coming up. What about you?
Have you got September off then?
I have.
The busiest month of the
Yes.
year. All right, excellent. Well, we can record another podcast next month then.
Yeah.
I have, I'm just doing bits and pieces, trying to come up with...
doula course.
I've got a doula course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's end of September.
Right.
It's actually full.
Amazing.
I might have to squeeze in another couple of places.
Shoehorn
potentially.
another one in there.
So yeah, and just carrying on with stuff, trying to walk every morning, eat healthy food,
Lovely.
that kind of thing. So
Amazing.
yeah,
But it's self-care.
Yes, that's very important. But I can't really complain. I did spend 7 weeks in Sweden.
Oh, yeah.
so-
Yeah, you've had enough self-care.
Exactly.
Get back to work.
I know, that's what I need to do now. Get some new ideas on the table, I think.
Yeah.
Create some new stuff. But
Well, that was a great start to
It was.
season 5.
it really was.
It was a bit heavy.
It was.
We will have some lighter topics. So you may have noticed that we have changed the formula a little bit.
Yes.
We have got a kind of a topic, really.
Yeah. A themed
theme.
episode.
Yeah, and the clue will be in the title of the show.
Yes.
So you can have a look and you'll know what you're getting yourself into before you press play.
Exactly. But it's been lovely to come back and have a chat.
Yes, and please do send us your questions. Keep them coming in, your dilemmas, your questions.
Yes.
Ideas for topics you want us to cover.
Yeah, we'd love that.
We'd love to hear from you.
So all we got to say now is
See you next month.
Listeners should always do their own due diligence on any information received from these discussions to form their own opinions and best judgments. In preparing this podcast, we have endeavoured to offer current, correct and clearly expressed information aimed at our audience. However, we make no claims that the information will be accurate, complete or current at all times, and we accept no liability for any reliance placed by any person on this information. We make no representations or warranties of any kind about the suitability, reliability, timeliness and accuracy of the information contained herein.